As I stepped into the ballot box last year, I found myself asking a question that you may have asked before too. Who are these people? Why are they running? On this show, I hope to answer those questions for you and for me. I'm going to be covering only local politics. Why only local? Because national politics is broken and I can't fix that. But maybe I can make a difference here in Greene County. I'm Levi Kirby, and this is Man Without a Party. Tyler, welcome to the show.
I'm happy to be here. This is a great environment. And this is great content.
So, who are you, and why are you running for state representative?
My name is Tyler Scott, and I am a graduate from Greenview, Jamestown. I'm a graduate from Wright State University. I am an Army veteran of the Higher Army National Guard, spent 6 years there. I've owned a small business and I've owned a national business, and I worked for another national products company. I consider myself an entrepreneur at this point, and this is my first time running for office. Why am I running for office? A lot of statistics, a lot of issues I see in the political system. There are a lot of different things. And there's a lot of reasons why am I running for office. I guess the big one, why I made the move, why I made the jump, right? I've learned a lot since I made the jump, but why did I make the jump? Back in November, I wasn't running in beginning November, but I knew it was kind of opening up. But once again, I'm trying to do some other things in my entrepreneurial life. I have a child on the way. And so I didn't know if it was a good time, but it's not about me per se. And then I saw some statistics, right? That the FBI had ranked us in 2022 as the number one most corrupt state legislator in the United States. All right, that's wild, right? And it's from my own party. That's what hurts, is that's from my own party, the Republican Party. Another one is, and this is the big one. I'm a big fiscal guy. $71 billion is what we were spending in 2019 as a state, which not too bad for a state. And next year's proposed budget is $105 billion. Which means in a span of about 6 years, you see almost over a 30% increase in spending since 1803. So if you put a graph up from 1803 all the way to 2025, you would see the last 6 years as almost a vertical 90-degree angle up in spending. And so you add that with massive bribes, arrests from the state house. You have a pay-to-play system. I've talked to many state representatives, and they say that you can't get anything passed until certain donations go to certain chair members. And we lack integrity. We lack respect for our citizens. We are a selfish government, and the only way to remove that is to put people with integrity in there. And who else can you trust other than yourself?
So what do you think, what, if anything, should the state government do about rising housing costs in Ohio compared to city municipalities?
I'm going to ban hedge funds and corporations from owning single-family homes. Absolutely, in the state of Ohio. If you are and obviously there'll be a limit on it. Obviously, if you're a landlord, you'll still be able to own multiple properties. What we don't want is corporations that have 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 homes on the national scale that have unlimited budgets so they can continue to come in and buy out single-family homes in a systematic system, and hedge funds that back them. When you got an unlimited amount of money, say you try to go buy a house, this is what the bank said I can afford. Well, they say this is what I can afford plus 10,000. What's the seller going to go with? They're going to go with the cash offer. And what a lot of these landlords do who are backed by hedge funds and corporations, they're backed by them because they become property managers, right? These kind of like property managers. They call themselves their own realty group, but they're property managers. And they go out there and then they go buy a property with the money from they get supported with, and then they refinance it. So the same $200,000 can be reused over and over and over again. They buy a house for $200,000. They get the house. They use the property value to then get a loan for it on a negotiated rate. Take the $200,000 they just had, right back to go buying, and that's how they always have money to keep buying. And it's hurting our economy. It's drastically hurting our economy.
In researching you, I saw that you would like to get rid of the state income tax. So can you tell me what you would ideally see replacing that income in the budget, or are you primarily thinking of cuts in the budget to get rid of the
I'm
state
not
tax?
replacing that.
You're not replacing.
No, I mean, if a replacement comes, it will come through this form of a sales tax, which means we've driven more economic stimulation. But I'm not looking to replace that. As far as I'm concerned, we have radically increased our budget by 30%, over 30%. We can radically cut our budget by 30%. There's no reason why we should be spending so much. We have so much money that the state of Ohio just proposed. I mean, there's a legislator who's trying to pay kids to go to school to get better attendance. I mean, that, you see what I'm getting at? We have one of the larger percentage surplus of money, right? I think it's like 25 point something billion dollars of just extra money we spend. And that can be used. Our number one expenditure is welfare, and I understand a lot of that comes from the federal government. I get it. Our number two is K through 12, a close number two, and we're still not achieving the goals in which we need to.
Yeah, I think I saw educationally, Ohio is consistently, depending on which ranking you look at, it's somewhere in the mid-20s or low 30s.
It's not good,
it's
right?
Not good.
And this is a system that is actually plaguing all of the government, right? It's not just the state house. It's all of the government, the military. We give things, the legislators go out there and they get told certain money, right? This will pay for this. This will pay for this. But then after it's paid for, there's no checking. There's also no incentives to not spend the money. For example, if I'm a construction company, I get contracted for a $4 million job for the county or the government, and I don't use all $4 million, where does it go, right? I need to make sure I use all $4 million. Mm-hmm. So one way or another, I'm using that $4 million. In the government, if you don't use a budget in the Army or any government facility, you don't use the budget, next year your budget gets cut. So there's nothing. It's a toxic environment of making sure you spend the money that you're given and or spending more, so next year they increase your budget. And it's wrong, right? And over the years, we're now finding ourselves in the culmination, in the consequences of that. So I believe, and here's another reason why I stem from this. Right? I go back to Jamestown. I go back to, this district is a rural one, right? It's Xenia, it's Eastern Greene County. It is Southern Clark, it is Wilmington, and all of Clinton County. That is rural Ohio, right? What does Wilmington not have that a lot of other places have? They don't have mental health issues, mental health centers. Right? They have two, maybe three. They have two that I know of that I've seen recently are really, really nice hospitals, the two main hospitals. But they have no mental health centers, right? Their mental health services are 45 minutes away in Warren County. So my thought is, as a representative for the state of Ohio, my main priority is District 71. And all I see is the state of Ohio, until we learn how to effectively return the redistribution of those taxes, then we need to stop taxing them, because you can't keep sucking the wealth out of one region to give to another and say that's fair.
What do you see then, what do you see the role being for the state government in education? The state government versus municipalities?
Well, in what form? Taxes or in policy?
Let's say taxes and policy.
Where do we fix education? We fix education by investing in our teachers, by offering, in the military, the state of Ohio offers a free college for part-time soldiers who do a 6-year term. If we start, since money comes from the education, a large portion of that money comes for education. We've got multi-million-dollar football stadiums, right? Why not create a college fund for teachers and on contracts? You sign a 6-8-year contract with this school district. We pay for your education, right? We reimburse for that education, and we have limits. It has to be a state level school, blah, blah, blah. We can start recruiting teachers right out of high school, right? Just like we do the military. We put them through training courses to be teachers. We put them into college where they know they're going to be a teacher. And if they quit college, just like the military program at any time, then they've lost their benefit, and or if they haven't done their contract service, they owe it. For example, if we did a system here, and I know this is kind of revolutionary, so people are going to be like, what are you talking about? So, and I'm an out-of-the-box thinker. If you gave a 10-year contract, say 8-year contract to work at Xenia high schools when you get out of college, and you have to go to a state-funded school, and you go and you quit after your junior year, you are now liable for all the money that you have taken in, just like the military. If you choose to be in the military and you quit after you've gotten some benefits, guess what? If you're not fully eligible for those benefits, you're going to have to pay those back. The Army will send you a bill. So we will send you a bill. So it's credentials. What we do is we find qualified teachers that we can groom to be quality teachers that can be non-biased towards their personal beliefs and educate children the way they're supposed to be educated. And so to fix our education system, we need to first fix the culture and faith. We need to have not necessarily like religious faith, but we need to bring faith back into the system, right? Our faith in the system. Parents, what I mean is parents have to have faith in their child getting a quality education in their public school and the system that they're at, right? That have faith that when I send my child to school, they're not getting indoctrinated with ideologies that the region doesn't agree with and the parents don't agree with without the parents' consent.
Do you have a preferred candidate in the Ohio Speaker race? Because that's coming up this next legislative session.
Yeah, myself. There's, I don't know Matt Huffman. I don't know. And that's the value of voting for me. I have a very non-biased outlook on Matt Huffman and Jason Stephens, right? Because I know that's the two big parties are going for. As far as I'm concerned, Matt Huffman has been in office for a long time. And I don't know nothing about him, but what I do know is that anybody who's been in the last 10 years has been around the corruption or has seen the corruption, even if they vote against it or whatever. I don't know him, right? I don't know him. I don't have I'll tell, like, if I had to choose a vote, I would vote Matt Huffman because I don't like Jason Stephens' policies. I don't like his movement on bills, releasing bills 24 hours before a vote. When you take a representative voice away, an ability to understand a bill away, you're taking away their constituents' voices, and that is disrespectful to the people of Ohio. And when you make political plays for power, you go against putting people over politics, and you are exactly putting politics over people. What I know of Matt Huffman has been in a while, but I don't know any of them really well. Jason Stephens never reached out to me. Apparently, I'm not the favorite to win this. Matt Huffman's never reached out to me. I have no alliances, and even if I did get up there, I probably wouldn't align with either one of them. The issue here is that I'm not inspired. The people of Ohio are not inspired. I'm running because I'm not inspired. I mean, goodness, like I'm like you. Like I've never ran for office before. As far as I'm concerned, you and I are just qualified to be in office as each other. You could be sitting here and I could be doing the interview. It's all the same to me. I consider myself a decision maker with integrity, and when I do that, I go up there and I don't care what personal promises are. I know the House, not the House, but the State Central Committee puts their claws into they put their claws into candidates, and they say vote this way or we'll castrate you as a politician to do anything. There's a million problems, and I'm not here for one specific issue, and I'm not here to pick sides, Matt Huffman or Jason Stephens. I could care less. If I could pick him, I'd pick me. I'd pick me because I know I would do the right thing. I'm not going to launch bills 24 hours ahead of time. I'm not going to play backdoor politics where the vote's already decided on before it even goes to the floor. The most useless thing in the world, they used to say, is a lifeguard at a at a World Olympics swim meet, right? They used to take pictures of the lifeguard being like the most useless job in the world, being a lifeguard when you have Michael Phelps swimming. I think the most useless thing now is watching a legislator in the state of Ohio talk about a bill and to convince people to vote on a bill when it's already been voted on behind doors. All right, they get up there for the camera and they go blah blah blah. They make their little 2-minute speeches, and it's already done. It's already done deal. But yet they give everybody their turn. Who wants some airtime? It's disgusting. It's gross. And I have no friends up there. I don't plan to make friends. I don't care about friends. I'm here to put people over politics. I am here to stop the corruption. I am here to ban hedge funds and reset our housing market back to the way it should be. I'm here to keep money and keep tax money in local communities. And I am here, my third point I never actually got to talk about, you never asked about, was I am here to end child sex trafficking in the state of Ohio. We are one of the top states for child sex trafficking, and we always have been, and politicians don't talk about it. And I talk about it because I'm not a politician and I'm not going to pick sides. It's a problem, so they don't like to admit it. So, but we will admit it, and we will start acknowledging it. And support for child sex trafficking survivors is not enough. We need to, the FBI is not doing it. Local task force aren't able to do it because they're too, I go off on tangents again. I'm here to help my community. I'm here to help Ohio, and I'm here to put people over politics. So,
Thank you for your time.
Hi, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed getting to hear the candidates speak for themselves. Please check out the other interviews in the series. More will be on the way soon. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends for more content like this. It helps support local journalism and keeps you informed on what's going on in Greene County. If you would like to see a candidate interview or a subject in local politics covered, leave a comment below. We can't make any promises, but we would love to hear your suggestions. Thanks.